from Nicole and
Jeni. Happy New Year, everybody.
So this is a mother and daughter podcast called Coco Caliente Podcast, where we talk about everything and nothing all at the same time. And we're here to talk about...
Well, here is we're 2023, right?
What's that?
2023. Goals. Like
what
goals.
About, 2023 goals. So we'll kind of talk to you guys about what we have in mind, and then we'd love to hear what you guys have in mind. You can join us on our Coco Caliente private group on Facebook, where we chat about pretty much everything, right?
Yes, and I'm a little slack in there, but the new year, new me, get some things going down. I haven't written one thing down yet. That's still my goal list is to write down some goals. I haven't done that yet. But I know Nicole's ahead of me on that part, so the only reason I know is because I read it on Instagram. Otherwise, I wouldn't know that either. But so what are your goals?
Some of my goals are to simplify my life. I feel like right now it's just too complex. I got too many things going on that I'm exhausting myself, and I'm not really enjoying the day-to-day simple things that I could be and should be enjoying. So whatever that may look like, honestly, more sleep, not purchasing so many things that I really don't need.
I'm over here today and her simplifying her things and cutting back. She's already trying to book us a weekend in January and February without me. I have to go home and look at some papers and some schedules, see what I have going on.
This is false. So what my goal is bring more happiness and just simple. So I've had a $2,000 gift card since 2020 to Boyne Mountain, which is a ski resort. It's where I was supposed to get the area I was supposed to get married, where my guests were lodging. So, I am, taking advantage of the gift cards that I do have. So I'm trying to book one fun thing a month, and it could be super small. One's going to be like Frankenmuth. But trying to have one thing, and then my day-to-day might seem just like easier. So Boyne Mountain, that's what I'm trying to book. That my mom's trying to throw me under the bus for no reason, because that's totally great that I'm trying to use that $2,000 gift card. And then the other one is my brother and Ashley got me a $200 gift card to Bavarian Inn Lodge, and I'm calling and trying to find the best deals to make sure that $200 covers 2 nights.
And she's given me these looks, but actually, I'll tell you the part. She was just working on the Frankenmuth one, and I said, "Hey, don't forget. First, you need to take care and use that $2,000 that's been sitting there." Did I not say that?
Mom, I've been looking at Boyne for months. The problem with my mom is she cannot commit to anything. Like, that's why I don't book things, is because she doesn't commit. If I didn't book Hawaii, she wouldn't commit. Like, she even backs out after I book. And that's actually why I think we were supposed to go to Boyne when I was pregnant and for my birthday, and my mom bailed, and so then I had to get out of it. And you don't get a refund, and I still had to figure out how to get a refund. Mom. She bails on me all the time. She's already thinking about how she's going to bail on me this time.
No, I have 2 things. I'm just like, oh my goodness, the next 3 months already, I'm just thinking of how much stuff I have to do. And Jesse for
Christmas. One family trip is not a lot.
Jesse and Ashley for Christmas got us a ice fishing trip in Canada. So that's for a weekend. And then the next weekend after that is when Nicole's trying to book the Boyne thing. And then I have a girlfriend concert day in February. And also, what else do you want to do? Oh, she wants to do Frankenmuth in February, right?
Well, I can't do it in March.
And then March,
I can save my Frankenmuth one till next year. That's totally fine.
And then March, me and Nicole we got 2 weeks in Florida. I think the guys will join us for a week, but me and Nicole are probably going to try and venture on our own with Arrow and do a week. So we have a 2-week vacation there. It just seems like it's going to come fast, and I'm going to feel like I'm planning to go
I'm
somewhere.
really happy and excited and positive about it all. And I am trying to use gift cards. So I think that is good, because I am also on a budget trying to save. Like today, I went and got a facial, and I used a gift card. So it only cost me $30, which was the tip. And normally it would cost me a lot more than that. So I've only spent, and I even went to the city, and I only spent $70 today, $40 on gas and $30 on my facial, and I am doing good. And I didn't buy any new groceries or anything from Target that I didn't need, so I don't know, Mom. You need to write your stuff down.
I'm definitely on a budget this year too, and I am going to write it down. So far this year, I spent $100 on groceries. So that was it. That was yesterday. But
you spent more than that
on groceries.
On other stuff, I'm sure.
It's only this third. Where did I go? I haven't spent anything else. That's it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't went anywhere.
Well, yeah, you need to write it down.
I do have a journal. I do have a journal. And like that, I'm going to write down for how much I spend. Because I think one thing, I don't know if everybody does this or if it's just me, but we spend way too much going out to dinner. Yep. We go out to dinner way too often. And I think it's the reason we do. I mean, because we cook all the time. So it's not like it was lack of cooking. It's just like
I prefer Mom's cooking over and even like my cooking over, honestly, like fast food and stuff. Not fast food, but dinner.
But we don't, that's our only, like, that's what we do for fun. Like literally, if we don't play games or something at home, it is to go out to eat. We don't go out and party or like, that kind of stuff. So like vacations.
Well, it's freezing outside, so it's just a Midwest thing, I think.
Yeah, in the summer we have we just like to go. We just go out to eat.
We like to talk, like one-on-one socialize. It's like an event.
Yeah, and everybody's so picky about, like, Nicole likes her salads and Victor likes his meat, and Arrows has to have pasta. So it's like, it just makes it easy where we're not trying to combine and make so many things to eat, all at once. It just is really nice because everybody can go order what they want. But I really am going to cut down on that because I was paying attention. And I think sometimes me and Nicole were like eating out 3 times a week for a long time. So we have to like cut back on that.
Yeah, we do. That's really bad.
And I'm not saying just dinner. Sometimes and I'm not saying the rest of them that went out that much. Victor did for sure too, because he probably gets lunch at work. Dave doesn't. Dave would only be about once a week. Sometimes me and Nicole might eat out 5 times a week.
Okay, Mother. Jeez,
like
Louise.
3 lunches and 2 dinners in 1 week.
Because guess what? That's what it's our time to actually enjoy the moment because we're always hustling.
But we should start writing it down because I think it really adds up.
Yeah. Well, today me and Vic normally would go to Olive Garden or something, and there's so many restaurants right where we went, and we packed turkey sandwiches.
Okay, and I'm proud of her today, but I'm gonna let you know each week if we're keeping up with.
We'll see if my mom's the bad influence, so we'll see. Mom, you're the one that's gonna be she's already this. I'm going on a date to Rachel's on Friday.
But I told you I'm not gonna drink no alcohol.
We better get something healthy to eat.
I will. I do. Yes, I got like 6 Rachel's gift cards for Christmas between me and Dave. So I'm actually excited about it.
One a month.
I'm actually excited about it. So, and there's lots of healthy choices there too. But one thing I do love there, they have the best margarita I've ever had. It's fresh squeezed. It's so good. And I get it worse because I don't get the salt on it. I get sugar on the rim instead of salt. Oh my gosh, the most delicious margarita. If anybody's in the area, go to Rachel's and get a margarita, sugar instead of salt. You will not be sorry.
Or if you prefer salt on your margarita, I'll stick with salt.
But anyways,
I do sugar too.
But anyways, that's probably a lot of calories. And since we're trying to get healthy and in shape, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to maybe have a glass of wine. Yeah,
because you know why? I did read that margarita is like the worst drink almost because it's got pure sugar syrup.
I know. Well, yeah, but at least those are fresh squeezed. So
yes, but
the sugar on the rim, yes, that's.
But they put sugar in the glass too.
Yeah, I know. I'm agreeing. I'm not arguing with her on that. So yeah, wine. I think I'm just trying to think of honestly. And if you have any ideas and you want to tell me on the page of when you're trying to be healthy, what you drink for an alcoholic beverage,
but that you enjoy, right? Not that just because I'm sure that like soda water and vodka in a lime is healthy, but I don't think that tastes very good. And
I'm not a vodka drinker, so skip the vodka part. But yeah, I would just like to know. I do like Apple Crown and Diet Ginger Ale, but I never find any restaurants that carry Diet Ginger Ale. But that's like really good as Apple.
What about like a white rum and
the only Diet Pop a lot of people
Coke
have
or something?
I don't like Diet Coke. A lot of people, a lot of places just have the Diet Dark Pop, and I'm not a Dark Pop.
Mom, why don't you just have something on the rocks?
Why don't I just have a Diet Ginger Ale in my purse and get a shot of apple crown on the rocks, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
And then whip out my little can of diet
Oh
ginger
my gosh,
ale.
yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah, you could.
So that might be a possibility. But any ideas? And I think wine's actually, some certain types of wine are good for you once a week or whatever. But I know Dave will want me to have a drink with him when we go. So I just have to, it's not going to be a margarita.
But alcohol is not good for you, Mom.
Wine is okay, I think. You
No, wine's got a lot of sugar.
Okay, help me, people. Tell me what I can have to have a drink.
A light beer. Anyways. No, so I eat my calories. I don't drink them. That's for sure. So as other than that, Mom just coming out swinging early this episode, I am trying to save. And then other than that, obviously just we all want to become better people and hold ourselves accountable for everything. So trying to it's hard, but trying to just be nicer, be a better mom, a better daughter, a better wife, like all that type of thing. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, but just growing and then also finding a passion again and something that is not where you make money, just where you, like, I don't know, have fun or, have fun.
And what I like to do is puzzles, and my husband does not really like when I put puzzles all over the table it's just one table. I don't know why he's so mad about it. Because he thinks I take up the whole table because I separate the pieces, and it takes me forever because it's not something I like stick to and get done. And like some people do their puzzles in 2 days. Like I'll poke around on it for a month. When I have time, just like at a puzzle, I need a puzzle table. I need to set up a table because I really do enjoy doing puzzles. But is this weird? Like I do have a big desk downstairs in the basement and stuff. I like to only do stuff. I love sitting at the kitchen table. I've been like that for 30 some years now. That's my comfort spot. I drink my coffee. I just hang out at my kitchen table. Where do we hang out at my house? At the kitchen table, don't we?
Yeah.
And sometimes in the living room on the chairs, but mainly at the kitchen table. It's just my comfort spot. So that's why I want to do whatever I want to do. If I want to paint or if I want to do crafts or whatever, I want to do them at the kitchen table. I'd like to keep my stuff spread out there, but I do realize it does get, and then like when he gets like frustrated with it, I'll end up be halfway done with the puzzle and I'll end up putting it all back in the box and never really got anywhere or never got it all done anyways, because I cleaned it up or whatever, or the kids will come over for dinner. I think that's why, because he knows the kids come over a lot. Like last night, I had everybody over for dinner and it was just all fluke. It all just happened. Like Jesse came over. He wanted to help canning. I knew it was going to take a lot longer than they thought. So I made sure I got out everything to cook for dinner. And then Nicole and Victor on their way back from Bad X, and I was just cooking then. And so anyways, we all had dinner together, but I wouldn't have been able to do that had I had a puzzle on the table, would I?
Mom, you can put puzzles together.
Yeah,
if you
but how
want.
would we have ate dinner last
downstairs?
night?
Why don't you put a table for that?
I just said I like to do things at the kitchen table. I got to figure that out.
Okay, we never talked. We got to go back way back about Hawaii. We never talked about it.
Oh yeah, we haven't.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions. How was your trip to Hawaii?
It was wonderful, beautiful.
We went to
so beautiful.
We went to Maui and we stayed at the Hyatt Regency. Super beautiful.
And like I have never stayed at a place that nice, like where you walk out on your balcony and I've never stayed any place on the ocean before. I've never stayed anywhere on the ocean before, but I am not kidding you. Like I just love to open
sliding glass door.
We had separate rooms right next to each other, Nicole and me, but I don't think you guys kept your door open and like listened all the time because they have Arrowwood, but I kept that door open. I put my makeup on. I didn't even use the bathroom, and Nicole said they have the nicest mirrors to put in their makeup on in the bathroom, but I just put my little mirror right there on the desk by the balcony, like right next to it, and just listen to the ocean the whole time I do my makeup or my hair or get ready. I literally sat there. Me and Dave sat out on that balcony like until what ended up happening is we got really off time schedule. I'll tell like how that happened.
Yeah, so it's a 5-hour time difference from Michigan to Hawaii. And when we first got there, okay, so first we did fly first class and it was awesome, right, Mom?
Oh my, yes, I do want to talk. I told you I wanted to talk about that.
I wrote some stuff in my notes about first class, like while it was happening. So let's just talk about it.
Oh, that was just crazy. I have never done that before. And like you had so much room on the seats, just next to each other. We're just smiling because it's like, and first plane we get on and they're like, before they even seat anybody else, they're already asking you if you want drinks. And I was just like, no. And Nicole's like, why are you acting so funny? I'm like, well, I don't know. I never had him ask you like right away. I was like, do they mean like alcohol or what do they even mean? So I don't think I had anything on that.
We clearly looked like we didn't belong because we're all like giddy about everything.
But that was just that flight was just to where? Chicago?
Yeah.
The first one. Okay. So then we got on the other plane and then that's when it really like hit you.
Wow.
Yeah. That was like it was a bigger plane then. And they immediately like, get your drinks. This time I said yes. And I got, a fancy drink or whatever and got the stuff. We're there a little bit while. And then they bring on these tongs on these glass plates. They bring you these hot towels. And I didn't know what it was. Had no idea because they had them like kind of wrapped up.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
pretty.
know what
Nicole
to do.
did not know you did not know.
I didn't know what to do with it.
So, anyways, I don't know I still don't know.
It's for your hands, I think.
And your face. So I saw some people wiping their face off with it because it was really warm, hot towel that they give you on tongs.
I wiped my face
on a cloth, and then some people wiping their hands. I wiped my hands with it. So then they come and they collect them all, see if you want another drink already. And then this is all like before I swear the plane's even taken off. Then they brought warm and fancy. Everything was not paper plates. It was glass. And they brought you
hot nuts.
Yes, hot toasted nuts like cashews, pistachios,
almonds,
like
walnuts.
8 kinds of nuts. All these warm nuts in this fancy glass tower on this glass plate or whatever. So then we're eating those. And then what was the next thing? We got like appetizers. What were they?
Yeah, we did, didn't we? No, that was the appetizer, right? And then
that wasn't the appetizer. I got shrimp something.
Oh.
Shrimp. What's that? The spicy shrimp.
Oh, yeah. Boom boom shrimp.
Yeah, I got boom boom shrimp. Well, anyways, they brought this. That wasn't the time we got a menu, right?
No,
on the way home, we got a menu. So they just started bringing yeah, we got a choice because I picked boom boom shrimp.
Boom boom. Yes, we had a meal on the third flight. This is the second flight. So remember, we had 3 flights total, and we got served meals.
Yeah, we got meals on lunch on one and dinner on another because they were long. But anyways, it was like a 3-course meal with fancy desserts. Like they made you the desserts. So you could have lava cake with ice cream or like sundaes. And when you got the sundaes, you could pick the ice cream, the Cool Whip, the
I got fresh berries, but then there was caramel.
And every flavor.
I don't know. There was a ton of options.
It was crazy. And then
it was.
They come and give you some free headphones. You got a blanket and a pillow. It was, I don't know. I just felt like I was like really famous because they were just like coming. Dave was loving all the fancy drinks and we had a good time. Them flights were, and the funniest thing is like I was really tired and I wanted to go to sleep, but it was a 2-hour process from when they started like waiting on you until they turned the lights down after they gave you all these courses. But it was so cool.
It was so cool. And, so we're all sitting in a row and every time something comes, so first the towel comes and I'm just poking my head over trying to look down at my mom and dad, seeing what they're doing. And they're just like, what? And I'm like, what do I do with it?
And now I'm already frustrated that I didn't write down everything we ate every time because I was thinking I have to tell everybody about this because it is crazy. But I'm sure a lot of you have probably flown first class and you know what it's like, but I had no idea. It was really, really, really
And then
cool.
The hot nuts come and I look over and then we were on the plane the second time. So it was like a 6-hour flight and then another 6-hour flight. So it was an hour flight, 6-hour flight, 6-hour flight on the way down. And then I look over at my mom and she's like, hot nuts again, but these ones are better. These ones aren't as hot. I'm like, it's just like she's starting to get used to it. And then she's like, what you gonna order? Oh, we sat next to each other, I think, on the third flight and we ordered one of each in case. Because we didn't know what Arrow could eat out of them, but yeah. And then
we had like one time we had I had like that filet mignon, that beef thing. Oh my gosh. I was like, this is like the best. Like we got opposite every single time.
Yeah,
so it was like, you had that veggie pasta.
I got the vegetarian options, but they were really good. Because on the thing it says that they're created by a famous, like a chef, a real chef.
Oh, I didn't tell him me and Dave broke a glass. That was on, was that the second or the third flight?
Second.
But anyways, they bring all your drinks out in glasses, and Dave had a couple there, and I had one, and I wanted to hand it to her, but she was busy when she came back out because she was serving dessert or something. I don't remember, but Arrow came over by us right at that minute over to me and Dave because he was bopping back and forth. You know, he was just enjoying it, and he kicked like the little table that held the glass, and I was like, oh my gosh! I was thinking, I cannot believe that they had glasses. And that was American Airlines where they had all the things.
Yeah.
On the way home, we flew Delta first class.
And it was like a red eye. So we did get a meal still though.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. But everything was on throwaway stuff. Did you notice that?
Oh, it was?
Yeah, we didn't have glass for the drinks. We had
I don't
plastic.
know. I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, we had plastic, and we had our plate dishes were disposable, like the plastic disposable things. They were not anything that could break, which
American was nicer then, for sure. I thought.
It was a lot nicer,
and they had TVs too.
But the only thing about it is, like, with turbulence and stuff, I don't think they should have so many glasses floating around, because I even seen all the people by us that like had 3 glasses. Like, some people ordered 3 drinks at once of different things and just set them on that table. There was a lot of glass sitting around, and it was kind of dangerous. I thought, I don't know. I was surprised.
I'm just a little upset with Delta because we didn't make so on the way home flight, it was like 9 p.m. when we flew out, and then we left like an hour late because they didn't have enough people for our bags or whatever, and then we were waiting for 17 passengers that never showed up. So then we arrived 10 minutes late, and we missed our connecting flight, which then, and me and Arrow slept the whole time. You actually didn't have Arrow at all on the way home on the flights. No one did, just me. Because, as Dad did for like an hour, maybe on the second flight, but I was just like so tired, and then we missed our flight, and then they're like, you guys can't get home for 2 days, and Dad's looked like he saw a ghost.
Because when we got there, our connecting flight left 10 minutes before we arrived in Seattle, Washington. And then, so we got off, and we're like, what are we going to do? And they said, we can't get you home for 2 days. And Dave's like, I have to go back to work. And I'm like, it's Christmas. Like, we need to get home. Dave said, if we're going to be stuck, I would have rather been stuck in Hawaii, not like just at an airport in Seattle, Washington. And so Victor was patient, stayed up at the Delta help desk until they couldn't find anything. But Victor found something on his phone, and it left like in an hour from a different airline that they are partners with. And she's like, let me call on it. So she called on it, and then the lady's like, oh, I'm sorry, but there's not enough seats on that plane. And Victor's like, well, it says that I can book it online for 4 adults. And she says, well, it's not going to let you go through. And he says, well, what's our other option? And she said, 2 days from now. And then Victor goes, okay, Nicole, here, put your credit card in and see if it goes through. And it went through. And then she goes, well, now that you booked it, I can't book it for you. And I said, well, you already said that we couldn't book it. So I'm just like happy we got a flight home. But now the whole refund thing is really difficult because they would have paid for that flight. And now like they don't refund for other airlines. So we paid the exact same. Well, I lost a lot of money as of now. We paid the same for what, Mom? We paid $2,100 for the 4 flights, and we didn't they weren't by each other
in the middle seats,
and they weren't the first class things. And then we had to buy food. We had to eat at the airport and buy our drinks and then sit. And then they paid us, and that's exactly what they only refunded Delta that second leg of the flight, which I'm confused because when we booked it, it's all one flight. We don't.
There was no direct flight.
Do connecting but they just the miles. So they gave us back exactly what we paid for that first class flight to take that flight that we took home, which was not like the people next to me. I was sitting with a man and his wife and their 2 children because we were all over, and they paid $450 for 4 tickets. So that flight, had we wanted that flight from originally and booked it, it would have only cost us $100 and some dollars. Well, theirs was a one way. So we were just going one way too on that. It was $100 and some dollar flight that we paid. Yeah. $500 and some per person to add to the $2,100. So I just don't think that.
So how I see it, they should refund us for the flight we had to take to get home, and then refund us for the second leg.
Right, that's what I think too.
The second leg, but I mean, it's so far it's not, but we'll see.
When they refunded that onto the credit card the $2,400. Wait, was it 24? Yes,
No.
6. Yeah, it was 24. $5.99 each is what they did so far, and I wrote back to them. I haven't heard back again, but I did write back to them again and explaining like that didn't even fix anything, and like how my feelings on it. And then immediately I got a response that said I'm gonna send it on to their team, and it might take 30 days, but that they will get back with me. So anyways, they were perceptive and answered right away that they're going to send it.
Because we even had
to
a bar.
next.
So in Detroit, there's a separate terminal for Delta only. So my poor dad, so we were flying because I was like, first class is expensive, and it was cheapest if I did American down and Delta on the way back. So that's what I booked. And so dad had to go park all the way at the Delta terminal, which is like pretty far, and then he had to get a ride back. So they took a while to get through security and stuff, but he parked over there purposefully. So when we got home, it was easy to get our car. Well, here we ended up back in the terminal we started at. So dad had to go retrieve our car from miles away. I think he basically had to ask somebody a stranger
for a ride.
And it's like, that was and we parked like short-term parking, so it wasn't cheap. And I'm like, that was so inconvenient now, because it was like twice work from the beginning and work at the end. So I just think like things like that they should just take into account and at least refund.
It wasn't the storm or whatever. It was
right.
It was and I was thinking, like, we waited for those 17 passengers that didn't come for all that time, like 10 more minutes. Why couldn't they have waited?
My mom thinks that people wait for people on planes, but they did on the plane that's probably why you think that. Is that why?
Yeah, because we waited.
We did wait, and they never showed. I don't know what they were doing.
So that's why, and we would have seen, because we were on the front of the plane, so nobody had got on after they said they were waiting for those 17 passengers that never came. But yeah, so I was like, they couldn't wait 10 more minutes, like literally, but it probably would have been longer because they would have had to switch our baggage over and stuff like that. There was supposed to be an hour and some in between.
I've never heard a plane waiting for people. That's why I was so like confused why they were waiting. But then they also said, we don't have enough personnel to load your bags in the plane. So I think it was like both. And it made them feel better saying that they were waiting for people. I don't know. But either way, my mom was like, when we landed, why couldn't they wait 10 minutes for us? I was like, Mom, oh, geez. But okay, let's talk about Hawaii, though. So when you got there, Mom, you just thought it was, oh my gosh, so pretty.
Yeah, and then like the weather was beautiful. Like It wasn't like hot to where you couldn't be outside. It was just the only time I was only hot one time the whole time we were there, but otherwise it was just beautiful, beautiful. And right when you get there, we got there late, so we seen that they had like in these lock boxes real homemade flowered lays or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, oh, we got to get one of them. We go to our hotel. What did they do? They greet us with homemade lays.
It's like 11 p.m. and we got these. Like, they were so sweet. Like, it was
these pretty purple
it was the best
orchid,
arrival I've ever had at a hotel. What about you?
Yes, they were so nice. And, I don't know, everything. Like, gave Arrow they tried to give Arrow a lei. He immediately took it right off. He wasn't having none of that. So then they handed us his lei, and then they went and got him what kind of animal?
Penguin.
A penguin that said there. And, they gave him that. And they were just it was just so nice.
So
it was
sweet.
like.
So the hotel's gorgeous because like the inside of it is outdoors. That's how nice it is. It's like, and then so the middle's outdoors, and then it's just like rooms around and then floors up. But in the resort, there's just so much to it. So they're the only.
Yeah, and when it rains, it really is raining inside there. Yeah, it's like crazy. It's really nice, yes.
And when we got there, so it was really cool because they have wildlife there. And we hung out with the wildlife team, and they take like such good care of their animals. I mean, they literally are staying at a five-star resort every day for free. Because the birds could fly away, but they stay there, and all the other animals can totally like do whatever they want, but they always come back because they get lots of food, and they're very people friendly. And then they have
6 baby penguins.
They're not babies though, are they?
Oh, they're not babies. They look like babies. They're
miniature.
Okay. They're miniature penguins. They're really cute and they're funny.
Yeah,
and they're each a couple, and they know all their personalities. Like the people that care for these animals, there's quite a few of them, and they are like. like they said this is the best job in the world, that they get to just hang out with the animals and learn all their traits and personalities. And like she took us on a private tour. It was really nice.
Yeah, and like I think penguins normally, they don't live even, their last penguin lived, this whatever miniature penguin it is, I don't know, it lived to 30 years, and I think that's like 12 years over.
And if you might, when I told Jesse, and I said, oh my God, we have penguins at the resort. I had no idea that like penguins weren't in Hawaii. And then Jesse hurried and Googled it and sent it to me, and he goes, the only 7 penguins in Hawaii, which he thought there were 7, but one had died after COVID, but not just during that time, but it was from old age, right? Is that what they said?
Yeah, 30 years old, which is way older than
Jesse goes, you're staying at the only place in all of the Hawaii Islands that has any penguins. He goes, how is that? Like,
so every
he sent
morning
it to me, so then he believed me. Like, he did not believe me because he's like, what do you mean? There ain't penguins there. I said, yeah, they're right here. Like,
and every morning at 9:30 you can feed them. And so we went down there, and it's really very family friendly. The pools are awesome. The best kids pool I have ever seen, because the ground is made out of, it's not hard. It's made out of like little tiny grain rocks. So like a kid, I'm not worried about Arrow falling and slipping and scraping his knees. It's like almost like you're in the ocean, and it's not deep at all.
Yeah, he just liked to sit and play with the rocks and pick them up. And then they had like tunnels underneath, and then like a bar like underneath there.
Yeah, like a cave bar.
Yeah, it was
waterfalls.
Yeah,
10 out of 10 place, and like I think it'd be great for a honeymoon. What about you, Mom?
Oh, a perfect honeymoon place.
So it's Hyatt Regency. Go on my Instagram so you can see where it is. But so many of you guys have told me that you stayed there for your honeymoon. I'm like, this is like a dream.
And it was not packed at all. Mm-mm. It was like, I people watched a lot because the one day I was laying by myself. Like, I like to lay out in the sun. So I actually like got to enjoy the resort in the sun quite a bit. Like, I would lay there and I people watched, and I was just trying to see what kind of people, and it's such a variance of people. It's not, it was some families, not a lot of kids, but enough kids. It was just way different than Orange Lake. It was just a lot less people. Like, yeah, I just watched, and it was, I don't know, the ages were, I noticed one thing I'm going to tell you that's funny, but then not very many chubby people. I was like feeling kind of chubby because I was like, it seemed like there was a lot of couples and they were all in pretty good shape, especially the first day. Second day, I noticed a few more. I felt a little better, but the first day I was like, holy crap, who are these people? They all look like they came off. Nicole wasn't people watching, so she never.
I didn't even notice, but I was going to say there was fun classes for us. We made our own leis. We made bracelets.
We went to 2 classes the same day, and they're supposed to be an hour long. So the first one was so funny because we showed up. Me and Nicole were the first 2 to get there, and I just seen hardly no supplies. I'm like, we're making a coinite bracelet, right? It's called
something
coinite.
Like yeah,
like a coinite. And anyways, we laughed so hard afterwards, and actually the same people ended up being at both our classes, so we got to meet them. They were all really nice people. One was a woman with her. Did she have 3 boys or 4 boys?
3, I think.
3 boys, and then another, yes.
With 2 boys.
Yeah. So anyways, they were older kids or whatever, though. So the bracelet thing was literally, you counted 7 or 8, depending on how big your wrist was. And they already had the needle threaded and the elastic, and you literally the holes were in the nuts already. You just literally put them on. And it took us like 5 minutes. So we were laughing because we had 2 classes. I'm like, Victor, we're going to be gone 2 hours, because we left them with Arrow. We'll be gone 2 hours because we have 1 class for an hour. We were back 5 minutes. They were like, what you done? We're like, oh, we went swimming in between under the tunnels. Fun. I'm like, here, these are what we made our bracelets.
Well, Errol loved it. Did he not?
The bracelets?
Yeah. He's obsessed.
So anyways, we did that. And then we went back for the next one. The next one took the whole time, but we actually strung the exact same kind of leis, but me and Nicole both did a headpiece instead because we'd already had the leis that with the purple orchids, but we did the exact same thing and made ourselves that.
And I was like, why do they use orchids? Orchids are so seem like they're so hard to get, and also they only grow 3 per stem. But I mean, it's crazy. They're so pretty.
And that's what they flew. And they said cool. That's what they use. And they actually fly. The flowers get sent in. They're not from there because they would be way too hard for them to actually get them. But that's why I think she said the class was limited to, was it 8 or 10?
10 people.
10 people because they only have
enough flowers.
Yeah, they can't like just let everybody, you had to sign up in the morning for it. And then there was other classes we didn't take them. One was hula dancing. What else? And then ukulele, some kind of instrument.
What was it?
I think it was ukulele. I don't know. But there was a few other ones, but
the dinner show we went to was really good.
Yes, we went that's right there. It was
gosh, it's right on site. I forget what it's called, but you guys, if you go there, the food is like, I guess
different.
It's different. We saw people just chowing down, so it's just different for us. But the show was like amazing. I would like love to go watch it again. It was so entertaining.
Yeah, actually, Dave and Victor both taped a few parts of it, and like they'll click it on he'll hook his phone, Victor, to the TV here, and we'll watch it for the show. Like they like eat fire and stuff. It's like crazy.
And a lot of hula dancing. It's cool.
And they had the people in the show. There was the same 4 guys and the same 4 girls. They were so good and so entertaining and so good at everything they did. Yeah. Yes, it was just it was a really nice show, but we'll watch it. We still like to watch the parts that they taped, and it was very interactive with the audience. They had us all up dancing and doing whatever, and it was very interactive, and it was really nice.
And then me and my dad went what's it called? Ziplining. Dad really wanted to go, and basically was just like, let's go, Nicole. I've been looking him up, and Vic was going to come too, but then Vic said, I'll stay back with Jeni to help with Arrow, thankfully. So then me and my dad just went, and it was a really cool thing to do together. And I did like a little video of it, but I think Dad had a lot of fun and I had fun, and it was at a really cool place. So
yeah, and me and Victor just took Arrow. We got him, what was it, an icy thing that he did not even like, and I was so disappointed. And then the best shaved ice it's supposed to be anywhere, and we did that. And then we took him swimming most of the time. Is what we did, like in the pool.
And the last day that I never even forgot to mention
is we went to the
escape room.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing about that is? Dad just told Jesse last night. He said that was like the funnest escape room. I love them escape rooms. So
it was like a pirate one. It was so much fun.
So maybe if we do go to Boyd Mountain, we should look to see if there's an escape room by Boyd Mountain.
So me, Mom, Victor, Dad, and Arrow have escaped 100% of the time, and this one was even a hard one.
And it was like we how many minutes do we have left? Like a couple only.
4.
Yeah, and like it was the coolest one because they like tied Dave up in a separate room outside of the room we were in.
Yeah.
So we had to all look for clues to work out for him to get the key to unlock himself. It was crazy. Like we had to like tell him a password, drop balls through, and then he had it was kind of hard. It was like I cannot believe we escaped. And they did say this is one of their hardest. That was the only one. And the reason we ended up doing that was raining that day.
Rained the last 2 days, and they said like it normally doesn't. It was a tropical storm, and those don't happen often.
Yeah, so the hotel was so wet, like in the inside, but we still had a really good time because we just the first day it rained, we actually watched a football game there and relaxed and just went out to eat and stuff, and like just kind of chilled around the hotel and really checked out. Took advantage of the inside of it or whatever.
Because there's not a lot of time.
And the second day, though, we went shop. The second day, it really didn't stay raining.
Yes, it did. It was pouring. You guys went back early because it was about to pour, and then me and Vic got stuck in the rain.
But I mean, it didn't damper us. We were outside.
Oh, yeah.
Because it like rained, but not like constant. And even when we went to that thing, it wasn't. I never got wet. I'll just say that. And we were outside like probably half of the day. But yeah. It was such a good vacation. It was like the only down thing is like that long of a flight, but on first class you don't even feel it.
Oh yeah, so I think okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all I was going to say.
I keep thinking of things and then I forgot a couple of them already, but so you were talking about the time change. So yes, the time change way back 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
So the time change was difficult because it was 5 hours difference. So Arrow kept waking up at 3 a.m, and I was like wide awake, so we would get up. And then we'd be so super tired by 6 p.m. and just like want to cancel all the plans at night because we were so jet lagged. And then I'd say we finally got on track and Arrow did too.
On the rain day. The first rain day is when we finally got on track. But the one time Nicole sent me a picture, her and Victor and Arrow, what was it, 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and they were shopping at a store, like getting stuff. Like, I was like, what the heck are they doing? Because I was trying to force myself go by the clock there to like go to bed at the normal time and get up. And actually, I'm the only one. Nicole, you said I did the best because I'm the one that didn't go to bed early, and I did kind of.
You didn't nap every
I didn't
day.
nap. Yeah, I just stayed right on track with it. But then when I came home, I've been exhausted. I was exhausted when I came home, but I tried to stay balanced the entire time. Just tried to go right with still stayed up till a decent time, and then got up when the clock said, which actually I was getting up still by 6:37, but out of bed. I would wake up before then, but I would like force myself, and then I would go stay up. I was the last one to go to sleep at night too.
Yeah, and Arrow didn't know, the clock at all, so it's just his instincts. I'm up. Really didn't have a choice.
He would we were just going, and I don't know. It was a very, 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 very beautiful vacation. And everybody says that you need 2 weeks, but if you actually stay at a resort like that, you don't. 1 week is plenty because you can see everything. And we went and got pictures taken. We went to a beautiful.
Oh yeah, we got. What photographer did some pictures of us at a beach, and they're so pretty.
It was at the ocean, right?
Yeah.
It was at but not the ocean we were at. It was a different one, and that was really nice too. And thought Nicole was going to kill me with that. Oh my gosh,
Mom! It's the same ocean, but you mean different beachfront? I
mean, it was
different
half an hour
sand.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she did not tell me.
I didn't know.
She did not tell me what it took to get down to this beach.
I didn't
It was
know.
no railing and steps that were it was way down. You started off high. You had to go way down, and it was steps made out of rocks that were shoved there with no railing to hang on to. But thank goodness there was some big old overhanging trees with the long greens that hang, because I literally had to hang on to the greens to get my butt up and down there. I could not believe she had that set up for me. I was like, Nicole, you need to ask questions.
Mom.
I don't even know. I thought I was going to have to get on my butt to get down there.
Mom.
But I made it. Took off my shoes, hung on to the jungle trees, and I
see.
and
I do
got
not see
down there.
I do not see my mom as incapable of that stuff. Really, she has to remind me, because I'm just like, Mom, it's fine. But then she's like, no, I'm not fine.
Oh, that was hard. I was like, oh my gosh. And what was it? It was going up wasn't as bad. It was going down that it was it was going, which one was the worst one? I cannot
remember. Down. Going up, I think you did good. Or no, did Victor helped you up and you said he did good job?
Yeah, Victor just said, he's so funny. He goes, just grab my arm. You were walking up with me. I said, no, I'm better at going up. Oh yeah, it was going down. I said, I'm better at going up. It doesn't bother me as much. But he said, just hang on to my arm, Jeni. And he did. We got up there fast. He didn't give me no leeway though. He didn't let me take my breaks and go, he just okay, let's go. And we were up there in 3 minutes. So I was like, okay.
Do you want to tell them about your scooter at all, or no?
No.
Mom?
What?
Okay, fine. We'll save that for another episode.
I'll save my scooter for a different episode.
Okay, fine. But overall, would you say it was a 10 out of 10 vacation?
Yes, it was. It was a great vacation.
Yeah, I thought
it was. I don't think I would have ever had the chance. So I thank Nicole for taking us there, because I don't think I would ever have the chance or probably spend the money to do that myself. So I really appreciate it. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So, then I think, should we wrap up this episode?
Yep, we can wrap her up.
Okay, we want to hear your guys' goals. So let us know what we need to do to stay focused. And also, okay, so me and Mom are eventually going to do Weight Watchers. And okay, so there's one hater on there that said that we talk about Weight Watchers and fitness all the time, which we haven't done it in 6 months. So anyways, I am bringing it up again because we're going to start, but I think we're going to start, but we're just starting a week or two or a couple weeks, just changing eating healthy. Because if we go too extreme, then I'm just going to hate it and I'm going to quit. So right now, what are you doing, Mom, for healthier eating? I'm
trying to intermittent fast a little bit and then eating healthier.
Okay, and I am smoothie in the morning, trying to do a soup for lunch, and then a snack of healthy nuts because it has a lot of protein, And then for dinner, like a protein, a carb, and a vegetable. And then lots of water and an Olipop. And I think that's doable because I think that would be way over my points. But for now, like that's working for me and it's way better than what I have been doing. So that's what I plan on doing.
We had a lot of desserts over Christmas. So I have lots of extra calories I need to burn off. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.